Alright, and we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the French Pokemon Red tournament. This will be Alan versus UnderscorePoY, quarterfinals of the losers bracket. And I'm here with Curvis. Hello, Curvis.
Hello.
So yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. UnderscorePoY got here by losing the semifinals of the winners bracket, and Alan got here by fighting his way up through the losers bracket. So I'm really curious to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, it looks like Alan has got knocked down kind of early into the losers bracket and has definitely clawed his way up to this point.
Yeah.
I guess this would be what the last 5 or so people in the tournament, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Total of 16 people, so getting to crunch time, I suppose you could say.
And to be fair, Alan got knocked out by the current finalist, so that's that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, certainly not. I think you could even say probably like maybe one of the best red racers out there, for sure.
Alright, and the race will start very soon. As I can see in the race channel, they start in 5 seconds from me. For the stream that will be maybe a little bit more delay, but should be very soon on their way. Also, I haven't opened chat yet, so I should probably do that. But yeah, they will start in a very short bit. Alright, and there is chat. And they're underway.
Good old Professor Oak. So, are we going to see PC potions or no? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they will. I know Alan. Alan definitely will. I think he never skips it. I know a bit less of Underscore, as he has not raced very often with us in the casual races. But let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, there is like a somewhat reasonable risk of dying on the first rival fight if you don't have this potion, so looks like they are both going to grab it. It's not something you would do in a normal run of this game, really just a race strat.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, because the first fight, they will go for Squirtle, and they will fight a Bulbasaur, and it's actually a very RNG heavy fight. Probably the most RNG heavy fight of the entire thing immediately.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like very easy to have like a 40-second swing of the potential times that you can get like exiting this fight.
Yeah, let's hope it will be very close after this fight. The Bulbasaur has Tackle and Growl. It's 50-50 to use either of those moves. They want to see Tackle as often as possible, because Growl lowers their attack and makes the fight slower for them.
Yeah, and you get automatically healed at the end of the fight if you do survive it, so taking that damage isn't a big deal at all. Much rather would see that than have all of your attacks be weakened and take a few extra turns to kill the Bulbasaur.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of meshing lead by Poi. Yeah, and let's see how these fights go.
I feel like that's a super underrated thing to the untrained eye, is just being able to mash through text, or at least buffer your way through text appropriately. Can give you quite the advantage in this game.
Okay, 1 Growl for Alan. Actually, a very good fight for Poi. So far, almost 3 shots of Bulbasaur.
Definitely kind of seeing the potential of the different fights you can get here. Well, I don't think this isn't the worst thing in the world for Alan.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad for Alan.
Underscore just actually got a really good one.
Yeah.
Definitely on the better end of what's possible there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not something you see often in races. Yeah, also Tackle can miss, as we saw for Alan here. making it a little bit more annoying.
Yeah, it's what, 95% accurate move.
Yep. But Alan gets through here. Not the fastest fight for him, but still under 3 minutes. Could be worse.
Could be worse, yeah, for sure. Not ideal, but you know, the beginning of this game, even right off the bat, there's just a lot of RNG, so
Yeah.
it could be a matter of Underscore getting like 5 encounters on the grass, walking up to, you know, Viridian. And
Yeah.
it could be tied again for all we know in a minute or so. And they do want to kill one encounter.
Yep.
That preferably like a level 3 or level 2 Rattata or Pidgey. Because they'll take 3 turns to take down usually. The level 4 ones they'll look to avoid. But yeah, once they get the one encounter out of the way, once they're able to kill one, then they don't have to worry about it. They can just run away from the rest.
Yeah, and both grab their experience already, so that's good. But yeah, Poy already in Viridian.
So let's see, did Poy just get 2 encounters, or was it 3 on the way up?
Ooh, I'm not entirely sure. I thought it was 2. And Alan got 4.
So yeah, Alan's getting definitely quite a bit more unlucky so far, but this game is volatile to say the least, so
yeah.
What can happen in the first 10 minutes can easily be wiped out in the next 10, so...
Yeah, exactly. This game is a true roller coaster. So yeah.
It's always fun seeing the larger races that sometimes happen, because you'll just see lead changes constantly if you have 5 or 6 people racing at the same time. Crazy stuff happening to everyone.
Yeah, and the one thing is more, how do you say it, dramatic than the other. So yeah, it just all depends on what will happen.
Alan taking that extra dip into the grass. Didn't cost him, but
yeah,
don't really want to be doing that. You want to avoid the grass as much as possible, for sure.
Yeah, actually it's funny, because after you hop a ledge, you cannot get an encounter. So he did that for the meme.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. It's funny though. He did it for the viewers' eyes, I think. Like, giving that extra shot there.
Yeah, there are a couple of mechanics like that, I guess. Like, after you get one encounter, you have to take, what is it, at least 3 steps before you can get another one.
Yeah, on the third tile you can get the next encounter.
Can you imagine just getting encounters on back-to-back tiles?
Yeah.
If it were possible. That'd be quite the tilting thing.
It is possible in via Red Leaf Green, I believe, but then it's 1% only then, and for the first like 6 tiles, I believe. So that's not too bad still. Like, each game has their own mechanic in that to not make it too crazy. I believe Gen 4, however, is like there's no immunity at all. So that's interesting.
And setting up for the Nidoran manip. Get a nice perfect stats. Nidoran to use for the rest of the run. While Alan still makes his way up through the grass a second time.
Oh, and he must be frustrated. That was already encounter number 6.
Yeah, that's quite unlucky. I'd say the average, since you have to walk up through this route 2 times, the average encounters is probably 3 or 4 total between the 2 trips up. So 6 is a bit unlucky.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if Poy gets the manipulation right. He does it. This first try Pokeball catch is also manipulated. So that's very nice that he got it. And now it's Alan's turn. He had a little bit of struggle with it during his last race. Had to redo the manip a few times. So let's hope he recovers from that.
You saw him go into his items and switch around the slot that the potions and Pokeballs are in. That's like a comfortability thing, really, because like I said, in a normal run, you wouldn't grab that potion. So your Pokeballs would be in the top slot of your item bag. And if the Pokeballs are in a different spot than you're used to, I don't think it would lose you time for them to be there, but it might mess up your muscle memory with how you would normally menu in certain places.
That's exactly that. You could buffer the slot too as well, but just to not mess with it, I guess they wanna have it in slot 1.
Yeah, and it's a pretty quick, few second thing to go into your bag while you're pausing to save anyways to switch those around. So just a few seconds at the cost of being comfortable with the menus that you're used to.
Also worth mentioning, indeed, like Legend did in chat, is that Poi got the extended manipulation into Pidgey. So if you buffer like all text boxes perfectly, after the Nidoran catch, you can also manipulate yourself a Pidgey. Which worked out for Poi, but apparently I missed it. He failed the YOLO ball. So I'm not sure if he actually caught a Pidgey. He did not, okay. So that is actually turning against him then, because he just manipulated an extra encounter and didn't catch it. So that's a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, wasting a little bit of time. He'll have to get a Pidgey a little bit later, same as Alan will. But he still does maintain a pretty good lead. Alan with the forest encounter, so
yeah,
still a little unlucky so far with everything in this run, but it'll balance out. It always does.
Yeah, definitely the more bad luck for Alan here, but that says nothing. It can go either way. For example, after this fight, it's interesting to see what special this Squirtle has. Let's see if he shows it. He does. It's good special, so depending on Squirtle's special decides whether you 2-shot or 3-shot Brock's Pokemon. If you actually have to 3-shot them, you could easily die. So you want to have good special, and Poi did have good special. A lot of poison stings for Alan. He wants to see String Shot, like here, because getting poisoned would be super slow.
Yeah, I mean, not only is there the chance of getting poisoned, but String Shot actually would do nothing, basically, in this fight, because Weedle's already faster than you, and all String Shot does is lower your speed, so if it just String Shots over and over again, it doesn't really change anything about what you're gonna do. You just keep tackle spamming.
Oh, he has to hit his tackle. Nice. Okay, if he missed tackle there, he would have to heal. I didn't see special. Shit. I missed the number. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Like, I thought I saw 13, which would be really unlucky, but I'm not sure if I saw it right.
You can prevent those level up text boxes from where it shows your stats going up upon level up. You can prevent them from showing up at all, but I guess runners will just like let it show there for a brief second to try to see, just so they have the knowledge going into the Brock fight. It's not super important, but it can be nice to know going in. Like, you're gonna find out on the first turn of the Brock fight if you have good special or not anyway.
Yeah, in a run you usually won't show it there. For a race, it can actually decide whether you have to save or not. So
yeah, true.
Yeah. With bad special, you would definitely have to save. With good special, you could skip it and just heal if you get in kill range.
And Alan actually went into the Pokemart and bought some potions before fighting Brock. I don't believe Underscore did, so he'll have to do that as he walks back when he exits the gym.
Yeah.
So you definitely need some potions.
Yeah, very good start for Poi, however. Had like a 12-minute flat Brock time, which is really good in a race.
Yeah, really solid. Could never complain about that, really. We'll see.
Now we'll see special. Yeah,
Alan does not have good special. That's unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate. Just let's hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, he should be okay here, I think. At this point, the chances of him dying aren't super high, but
Yeah, it's just like getting short bite from Onyx would be really bad.
yeah.
So let's see. I really, really hope for the sake of this race being close that he doesn't die. So please. Screech is fine. And bite. Now it's 50-50 to die. Oh, please. Please. Oh,
No.
Lord.
So Bide will just like absorb damage and then deal it back double after like 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of random, and he unfortunately got the shorter one. So if he would have been able to squeak one more bubble in there, he would have been able to kill the Onyx before the Bide could damage him. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That was like the only way you could die there.
Yeah. That is one of the worst things to get in races, because the Brock death takes so much time.
Yeah, because
You're already
you're like spending extra turns to swap your Nidoran in and out, so it's just like a kind of long fight for only killing 2 Pokemon, especially when you have the bad special and take 3 turns to kill.
There was also a possibility that he would level into good special on the Onyx, but also that didn't go for him.
So Underscore saving for the most treacherous fight in the early game.
Yeah, because this guy has over-leveled Rattata and Ekans, which are pretty annoying. Fight seems to go better for Alan now. He needs to heal on this turn though, I hope he does. Yeah, he does. One tackle would have killed him after the Screech hit. Meanwhile, Poi getting pretty easily through the Rattata. From Ekans, they just don't want to see Rap, and there's Rap.
Of course.
Ooh, he actually...
He's gonna have to heal. Yeah. Probably... I don't know why he... I guess waiting a turn to see if the Rap would let go after 1 turn was a smart play. But he should be... He'll be okay health to make it through the rest of this. Up till Mount Moon, no problem, but he would have liked to get Red Bar to save some time. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. 20 health is much too high to get put into a Red Bar situation at this point.
Yeah.
So some potential there for Alan to make up ground if he gets a little lucky with the health management.
Yeah, Route 3 has not been too fast for Poi, so definitely a chance to catch up a little bit there. Yeah, so they use mostly Horn Attack to kill those Pokemon, but because in the current route we skipped the Mount Moon Center, they will also try to save as many Horn Attacks as they can. I didn't actually pay attention to Poi's count. It looks actually quite low on Horn Attacks. Yeah, it looks quite low on Horn Attacks.
Yeah, it looks like he has 10 after using that one.
Huh. Okay, so that will be interesting to see. Might make the first fight in Moon a little bit more risky. That's also a fight where you can easily die on. Ellen actually forgot to leer on the Weedle. Should be able to kill it here though. Oh no. Okay. A little mistake there, costing him an extra turn.
Yeah, did he try to leer on the second turn and then finish with a one attack? Yeah, sometimes that can work, but a chance it doesn't, which is definitely why you want to leer on the first turn.
Actually, Gen 1 miss leer for Alan there. Yeah, I guess we can talk about Gen 1 miss then right now. So in Gen 1, first generation of Pokemon, each 100% chance move to hit has still a 1 in 256 chance to miss because of the way the accuracy has been coded. And we just saw that for Alan here. Lear's 100% and it missed.
Beautiful mechanic that everybody loves.
Yeah, especially if it kills your run in like Elite 4 or something. Short guy for Alan now. Till Whip Phil first turn from Rattata is great. So when NPCs use a move like Tail Whip, even though it's 100%, it has 25% to miss. I don't know why they did that, but yeah. That's a mechanic as well.
Why couldn't they just nerf Sand Attack instead?
Well, at least Sand Attack also has a chance to miss, but yeah, it's way too overpowered. Bring your accuracy from 100 to 67%. It's not fun.
Okay, so Alan had a pretty decent short sky fight there, just from the fact of not getting wrapped and not healing. He definitely saved a bit of time over Underscore from that fight.
Yep. And Underscore starting his Moon Manipulation now. So yeah, same concept as with Nidoran, use save and restart the game, and you can, by playing Frame Perfectly from here, mostly get your RNG outcome that you want. So in this case, that is no encounters into a Paris in the end.
This one quite a bit more lengthy and difficult than the Nidoran Manip.
Yeah, it's over 2 minutes.
Can be very stressful to execute, especially when you're on really good pace.
Yeah, so as long as Underscore does the right movement here, you will just get no encounters.
And that TM he picked up his Water Gun, gonna help alleviate the fact that he's low on horn attacks. That's kind of routed in. And also gonna pick up Mega Punch.
Alan having a little bit of struggle, missing tackle there. Oh, okay, I see now. So Alan got really unlucky on this fight. He got probably double string shotted by the Weedle. That's probably the worst outcome because you have to fight against Pokemon with Harden, and if they first turn Harden, they are a lot slower to kill.
Yeah, the more damage you can get in before they buff their defense really high, the better off you're going to wind up being.
Yeah, if you get a crit on one of those Pokemon, it's actually really, really valuable because crit completely ignores the stats boosts from Harden. So yeah, but Alan definitely not so lucky thus far.
Still relatively early, so it has plenty of time to balance out, but Underscore getting close to the end of this Manip here should get the Paris encounter in just a few tiles, and he does.
There it is. And now let's see if he can get it in the ball. He missed the Pidgey Yoga Ball before, so let's see if he gets this one. Got it.
That's a 4-frame window, correct, to throw the ball?
Yeah.
So a little tight, definitely easy to mess up at times.
Yeah, and now he's saving here because this fight is actually really, really scary. We used to do this fight always as Nidoking, but with the current route we are under leveled and we're still just a Nidoran. And it's it's not fun to do this fight. Tail Whip first turn is actually bad. Ooh. Just doesn't want to see Supersonic on Zubat. He switches out, okay. Interesting decision. Zubat is not so good at killing your Pokemon. So if he wants to let the Paras die, I'm wondering how that will go.
And he definitely wants to let the Paras die because all the experience going on to Nidoran is pretty important.
Yeah, I guess this strat is not too bad because he gets some damage in on the Zubat.
It's definitely better than potentially taking a death, but yeah, a bit slow, but probably was a smart play, honestly.
Ooh, it takes a while though. Okay, there it is. Goes down. Okay. Ooh, gets confused anyway. Into herself. That's not what he wants.
If he would have been able to get enough damage off so that with the Paras that the one horn attack killed, that would have made it a really good decision, I think. But unfortunately, yeah, he's gonna take the death anyway.
Lord.
Luckily, he did save before the fight, so he won't have to do the manip again or anything.
Oh,
that would be
so
tragic.
painful though. Yeah, he tried so hard saving that fight too with a switch out into the heal and then got the worst possible RNG afterwards.
Yeah, as the kids say, it'd be like that sometimes.
Oh, you hate to see it.
So he'll try again as Alan makes his way through Mount Moon on his own manip. Made it past the more difficult part of the manip, in my opinion, so hopefully he's able to have the proper execution to get that Paras encounter.
Yeah. Oh, if Poy actually would die again, that would be really sad, but would be good for the race though.
He would maybe like lose the lead if he died right now, or it'd be very close at the very least.
What's... Oh, he's...
Oh, he mismenued there. Tried to potion.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord! Oh, my heart. He also healed up so much, and he doesn't have a horn attack. Oh, he has to do everything with tackle. This is Alan's chance to actually catch up. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, he was looking a little low on horn attacks, and this is where it really kind of bites him in the butt.
Okay, he's getting through though.
Okay, yeah. So he thankfully was able to make it through that fight, finally. And at this point, having no horn attacks isn't a huge deal, because he can teach Water Gun and Mega Punch now, so...
Yeah, that was the last thing you needed the horn attacks for, but him having actually only 2 horn attacks prior to that fight actually hurt him quite a bit there.
So yeah, still maintaining a bit of a lead over Alan, but the gap closed considerably there, for sure.
Yeah. Just really hoping Alan doesn't die so it can get a little closer, but there's the Supersonic. Oh.
What a fun fight.
What a fun fight, indeed. Decides to heal as well. Just hit through. That's really good. Okay. He got it. Supersonic is only 55% accurate, so luckily it missed there.
So kind of a slow fight for Alan, but you know, he didn't die, so obviously much better than Poy. And yeah, so both runners have 1 death now. Alan to Brock. Yeah.
Poy to the Rocket. Showing how fun this game can be in those fights. Yeah, Poy has Mega Punch now, an 85% chance to hit move. So that's sometimes also a little bit annoying, but it's a very powerful move, so...
yeah, just like on average, the trade-off of the power over the lower accuracy winds up paying off in your favor most of the time, but yeah, obviously you can get pretty unlucky with it at times.
Yep.
compared to pretty much every other move you'll use in the run that is 100% accurate.
Yeah, and then the benefit with being able to skip Mount Moon Center has really given the edge to using Mega Punch. Did I say 85% to miss? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Legend Eater. Of course, I mean 85% to hit.
Yeah, if it were 85% to miss, I think safe to say we would be going nowhere near it.
We would definitely not use it then. Now let's see how many Alan hits, and there's a miss, but gets Screech. That gives him an attack bash boost. 2 of them, so he will definitely one-shot it with this Mega Punch. There we go. Really annoying to see that miss though. Oh, Alan is not getting the best early game. So many Mega Punch misses. Let's see if Waragon is enough to kill here. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. Another interesting feature in this game. So we see Poi talk to the bike owner there without it actually doing anything. But what that does is, so when, how do you explain this? So when the bike owner shows you the price of his bike, the text pops up instantly. And then when you go back with B, that instant text will remain as long as you don't open a menu or whatever. So you have very fast fast text for this section.
Yeah, like for whatever reason, they just, like that one text box they wanted to make appear instantly and forgot to like set the flag back to the normal fast text speed rather than the instant text speed if you press B. So I guess it's just until you are in a situation that would, you know, manually set that flag back. Otherwise, you just maintain this fast text speed. You can notice it if you're looking at Poi's screen right now compared to the text boxes on Alan's. It's quite a bit faster.
Yep. Poi got Sun attacked on this fight. That's definitely not what you want to see.
Hasn't hurt me yet, but still definitely a chance to. And even hits the Mega Punch through it.
That's really good. So only the Bulbasaur is left. There's no misses and he's good. Oh.
That wasn't too bad for
Growl. Does Horn Attack still kill? It does not. Oh. Okay, he needs to crit. Okay. Well, it could definitely be worse with a Sand Attack.
Yeah.
Sand Attack is very overpowered.
What is it? One Sand Attack will make 100% moves, 66% accurate.
Yeah, it goes like 2 and 3, 2 divided by 3 chance to hit, and then 2 divided by 4 for a second Sand Attack, and then 2 divided by 5, etc. So yeah, it's very powerful.
So yeah, you saw Alan miss, what was it, 3 Mega Punches out of like 5 attempts on that fight with an 85% accurate move, so you can imagine what, you know, being 2/3 or 50% accurate potentially could do to you.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy stuff after just one Sand Attack on that fight.
Yeah, it's completely crazy. It can definitely kill your run. And as we talked about instant text before, you really don't want to heal or switch out or anything because you would lose the instant text. That's why it makes the timing of this fight also so horrible. But Alan didn't get Sand Attack, so he gets through this fight very fast. Definitely making it closer here. Poi is, what is it? 2 fights ahead? Yeah, about 2 fights ahead. That's not that much anymore, considering how big the early gap was.
And these fights are pretty quick, so 2 fights ahead here isn't much of a gap at all.
Yeah, what is it? Like a minute, I would say?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And we see some Mega Punch misses here and there. Yeah, it's an interesting section. Oh, and wrap for Poi. So this Ekans is arranged to die, didn't die, and got the worst possible move.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Not really like run killing or anything, just one of those annoying time losses that are kind of unavoidable at times.
Yeah. Has to take a little eye on his HP though, because there are still some annoying fights coming up, like the Mankey, for example. The Mankey can do 15 damage with Karate Chop at most, and he's at 23 health. So doesn't want to take too much damage here. Luckily one-shot the Pidgey, that's also a range.
I think there winds up being quite a few ranges on Nugget Bridge.
Yeah.
So definitely a place that you can bleed a lot of time without really realizing it.
So this Mankey will be interesting. He could get Red Bar with it, which would be advantageous, but also scary. Goes for the Horn Attack. And gets Karate Chop, so he gets in Red Bar. Yeah, we have to explain Red Bar, I guess.
Yeah, so you just hear the wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. And that wee woo just overrides every other sound, basically, and it like speeds a lot of stuff up by the game not playing like the Pokemon cries when they come into battle, when they faint, and, you know, level up sounds and everything that you can think of, basically.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
That is... Okay, so yeah.
Not only healing out of Red Bar, but gonna lose his instant text there, so he's back to the normal fast text speed now.
Oh, not like this. So, okay, so you can definitely see why Red Bar, even though it being a fast threat, is that it can also bring you in trouble, because now he actually needed to heal, get rid of his instant text, and it only loses in time. But
and hey, at least he's back into Red Bar.
He's back into Red Bar, exactly. Alan getting to keep his instant text will definitely catch up a little bit more. So let's see. Poi having Red Bar also helps quite a bit though, but will level out on the next level. Yeah, so Poi actually had a godlike start, but ever since Moon Rocket it has been pretty hard for him.
So yeah, Alan is also not in Red Bar. Poi is for the time being, but won't be for much longer. And does not have his instant text, where Alan does. So yeah, potential to close this gap even a little more before getting the Misty. Which we told you the game would balance out, and it looks like it pretty much already has.
I also just noticed that Poi has only 2 Mega Punches left, and there are 3 more things to kill with Mega Punch, so he needs to save one here and there. Yeah, so let's see where he will do that. I think he will just go for the Odysseus, because the Odysseus have a chance to die to Horn Attack. Yeah, both runners only one fight apart. Poi blasting through with Red Bar, and Alan blasting through with instant text.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think this is prevalent in a lot of Pokemon games, but with the way the routing works, you don't really need to worry about health a lot of the times. You generally wind up with enough healing items pretty safely, but it's tougher to avoid Pokemon centers because of the limited use of your moves.
Yep. I thought... Oh, okay, never mind. I was confused why Poi didn't have instant attacks, but of course I forgot about this Ekans side. Oh, that's so bad for him. Misses the last Mega Punch. These others is a range and didn't get it, and now he is in quick attack crit range. Oh, that would be devastating. He can die to quick attack crit here. Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Wow. Oh wait, okay, I'm wrong. I'm totally dumb. I thought quick attack crit would do a lot more. He actually got the crit, but didn't die. Wait, why did I not know that range? I thought it would definitely do more than 6. Because it does 5 non-crit, right? So...
Yeah, imagine not knowing every damage range in the game.
Hey, it's good to know for next time. Now I know I can risk it on low HP. Oh,
Yeah, now you'll try it in a run, you'll die. That's how it works.
Yeah, maybe this was like a super low roll crit. Okay, but the runs are very close again, because Alan is actually on the same fight and learns Trash as well now. So the runs are pretty close.
I think Alan hasn't had to heal at all in this section, if I remember correctly, so that's definitely worked out in his favor.
Now there's both at Bill's house. I never expected this after seeing this early game.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely expected it to balance out a little bit at some point, but kind of did so immediately once they got into Mount Moon. So we are pretty close with still plenty of things to go wrong.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Still have more than half of the game to go.
Gonna get that extra rare candy in for Misty. Misty is like probably the toughest gym leader fight.
Yeah, the Starmie can do 3 things to you. Water Gun, Bubble Beam, and X Defense. Water Gun, if you see that, you're happy, because then you will win the fight. But Bubble Beam can crit Speedfall, and both are pretty decent chances to occur. And X Defend makes you not two-shot it, which is pretty bad because you're using the move Trash and you can get confused after 3 or 4 turns. So it's a very scary fight. Also, because they both had 2 menu, they lost instant tags. Well, Poi already had instant tag loss, but Alan lost instant tags, so they have to go back to the bike shop and get instant tags back. Yeah,
since they're back in Cerulean anyways, good to stop in there and get your instant tags back for this last little stretch of the run where you can use it.
Yep.
Because once you actually have the bike voucher, you're no longer able to acquire instant tags.
Both runs on the same fight now. These guys are ranges. Both missed the Machop range. Alan gets crit though. That was a very high roll crit.
So yeah, Thrash has a chance to go for 3 or 4 turns. And if you need a 4-turn Thrash and only get 3, then you'll be confused after that 3rd turn, and it'll be a little risky, but I think we'll just needed the 3 turns on that fight in particular. So now we'll get to Misty here.
Okay, Goldeen has the chance to Supersonic, so Poi will be glad to not see that. Now let's see what Alan gets here. Pack, it's totally fine. And there's Misty. Let's see what she decides.
Misty and her all-out offensive attack with water types, even though she X defends.
Yeah. And Bubble Beam. Oh, he just doesn't want to see Speedfall. Oh! If he actually had.
If he would have gotten Bubble Beamed again there, he probably would have died, right?
Yeah. Oh, and X defend needs to crit. Did not crit. Please, Alan, live.
So he did not get the 4-turn thrash, but he did hit through the confusion, so...
Oh. Bold decision to YOLO that. But...
Both a little scary, but it worked out.
Yeah.
At the end.
Oof.
So... Underscore is out of potions.
Yeah, he had to heal, or did not have to, but wanted to heal because he's in pretty scary HP, and now Alan took over for the first time in this race.
And all because he wanted to come back once again and get instant text, smartly healing using his potion before talking to get the instant text back, so you can keep it for this next little stretch. Was probably worth doing.
It paid off heavily for him to get through confusion there. It could also have been devastating if not, but very happy that he got through. Now the race is super close, and this is the first time that Alan is in the lead.
Yeah, so they're gonna come up on, in a few minutes at least, they're gonna come up on the SSN, where you get another scary fight with your rival where he's gonna try to sand attack you into oblivion.
And yeah, we still have instant text again, so definitely don't want to see sand attack. Also, there is a chance to get an encounter here, and there is one. Well, I'm so good at jinxing lately. Like every time I say something, it happens.
It's like after the forest, if you execute everything correctly, there's like so few tiles that you can get an encounter anywhere in the game, and those just happen to be like 3 of them.
Yeah. So both runners have kinda low health, still pretty safe health, but kinda low, and that could be good because it's so close. They might want to set up red bar for the section after search. And it could be quite convenient with this HP.
Yeah, if one of them happens to get red bar and the other doesn't, that could be a pretty big time swing.
Yeah. Could be
because you can safely keep red bar for quite a while if you maintain it from surge onwards.
Yeah, the only problem is oddish really, but other than that, it's fine. But yeah, it could be a difference of 40 seconds at the max. Alan, having actually a pretty comfortable lead right now. Could make it stronger with red bar. It's really gonna depend on this rifle fight. As we said before, doesn't want to see any sand attacks, because switching out would lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a fight you really don't want to save before either, because that's just gonna get rid of your red bar, or your instant text rather.
Yep.
So it could be quite devastating to one runner or the other if this fight goes really poorly.
Preferably wants to see quick attack. Okay, just no sun attack. Oh.
Every time.
Every time. Let's see what he does. He tries to hit through and does so. He definitely doesn't want to miss the Kadabra, however, because that one could kill him.
Quite scary.
Uh-oh.
He gets it.
Gets it. Uh-oh.
So Underscore got the quick attack, so he should be safe.
Uh-oh. Oh, the crit is so important there. Otherwise I would have needed to hope for 4-turn. So Alan gets through quite conveniently, but Poy with almost perfect red bar.
Yeah.
Could die to quick attack. 5-up crit here, so it could be very scary. Okay. Yeah, Alan quite lucky in this section. Poy as well, because he has a pretty easy red bar setup. So pretty good for both runners.
Yeah, so getting sand attack there, somewhat unlucky, but I don't think he missed any attacks in that fight, did he?
He missed one. on Ivysaur.
Okay, well, missing,
and,
yeah.
yeah.
As long as he didn't die, missing the one there, it's not too bad.
Yeah, what he could have done, what I would have liked to see is that he didn't trash the Kadabra and just went for Horn Attack on Kadabra, because that also kills. And then you would not have to hope for like 3-turn trash without misses.
Right.
But the crit saved him there. That's pretty good. And now both runners leaving the SSN. This is a beautiful picture. I would say about between 20 and 30 seconds difference, but as we saw, Poy has the red bar, so this is gonna be quite close.
Just gonna get some shopping done for the next good portion of the run. Get those repels for Rock Tunnel coming up.
Yep.
Just
teaching Bubble Beam. That's also something, by the way. Poy already taught Bubble Beam, so the difference is actually even smaller than I thought.
yes, they want to take advantage of the fact that they have to open this menu to cut the bush down. Anyway, to do as much other menuing as possible. So teach all these HMs and Bubble Beam to Nidoking.
Look at this, by the way.
Menu.
Look at this. They are almost nothing apart. It's super close.
You love to see it.
You love to see it.
And this, the last manip of the game, gonna manip the trash cans that the keys are in.
Small chance for IGT, let's hope not. Okay. Very good, both runners get that second can. Oh, this is so close though. Oh.
They're literally like less than a second off.
Yeah. A difference on this fight is
so
that...
Poy has red bar right now, so...
Yeah, he needs to go for Trash, whereas Alan will go for the 2-shot on Voltor. And Trash is a range, so let's start with hitting that. He hits that. And now Poy basically... Oh, he gets the perfect quick attack from Pikachu there, making his red bar a little bit better.
Yeah, that sets him up really nicely for a Rock Tunnel.
Oh, gets a perfect fight. Absolutely perfect fight for Poy there.
Yeah, he's in a good position here. He's definitely gonna probably increase his lead, assuming nothing tragic happens on the Oddish.
Also the crit for Alan. Pretty good. Pretty good fight for both, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just that red bar that's gonna make the difference right now.
Yeah.
For the time being, at least.
Alan wants to set that one up maybe on the first fight in Rock Tunnel.
Yeah,
but,
I think he's at a decent HP to set that up.
Yeah. Well, he would have to go for Cubone. That's always a little bit scary. Because if Cubone crits, chance is not too high, but if Cubone crits, he is not able to wipe out your team, because Pidgey takes no damage from Bone Club.
Yeah.
If that happens, you're doomed.
It might be a situation where he doesn't bother because he is not very far behind. I don't know if he's keeping track of his lead or deficit in the race, but if he knows he's barely behind, then it might be a good decision to not go for the red bar, because he can make that time up elsewhere in less risky ways, potentially just from bad luck on Underscore's side.
Yeah, because even though Poy has red bar, it's not set in stone yet that it will save him time. The Artist, for example, can kill it with like Sleep Powder into Absorb Spam. You would have to reset. You will have to save for this fight. You can use Stun Spore, etc. Alan, if he goes for red bar, I would assume that he saves for that fight, which negates a little bit of the time save, so yeah, it's a little bit annoying if you have to do that. But it's definitely gonna be an interesting section here to see what... Oh! Oh boy! Okay, gets a second try Mega Punch. If you miss a Mega
scary.
Punch on Oddish, you can get Stun Spore and then you're super doomed. So... Question from chat, what does Red Bar do? Red Bar has the sound of Red Bar is priority on the other sounds in battle, so it saves a lot of time by not playing Pokemon cries and level ups, jingles, etc. Okay, but yeah, still very close.
So I feel like managing Red Bar from this whole section, from like post Misty to all the way through Rock Tunnel, is a really important thing that can swing your time by quite a bit. It's just knowing that risk-reward threshold of all the different ways you can get Red Bar on these fights.
Yeah, exactly. And a bit of working with the HP you have. Sometimes you cannot really get what you want.
Yeah, I
So
mean, there are some situations where it's just not worth going for at all, just depending on what your HP is.
Yeah, for example, if you have full HP, then it's really hard.
At that point, it would like waste you more time than you would save trying to set it up in a lot of situations.
Okay, interesting here is that Alan can also go for second Slowpoke now that he got a tackle of Venonat. I would really like to see him go for the second Slowpoke. Because like the Cubone is scary, as we said, and the second Slowpoke doesn't do quite enough here. Oh, okay, he saves. So that's an indicator he will go for Cubone, I think. A little bit inefficient to not repel first. Now he had to open his menu twice. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes, This is probably the option... This is the worst option, honestly. Slowpoke doesn't do enough here. In most cases. Yeah, that's not enough. And he's confused. Oh! If he hurt himself there, would have died. Red Bar is enough for now, but he will lose it very shortly. Also, Poy on Oddish now gets a crit, very important.
Alright, so yeah, Poy is set up with Red Bar after that fight. He's in a good spot, for sure, to save a good little chunk of time over Alan over the next few minutes. It won't be anything too drastic, because like you said, Alan does at least have that partial Red Bar for now. Gonna save again for this Oddish.
Chat says that Slowpoke trolled him, but that's really not true. This was not the right play to go for this Slowpoke. It does too little damage. You level out on level 30 anyway. So that should have been either second Slowpoke or Cubone. Okay, Alan gets the Oddish as well. That's really good. Would maybe have been ideal to get Miss into Absorb, but yeah. Never happens anyway, when you want it. Poy pulling ahead by quite a bit. Has a very comfortable Red Bar.
Yeah, this whole section, ever since the SSN, has gone quite well for him.
Oh, that's also like just leveling out. 1 HP more would have mattered there. Or 1 HP less, depending on how you want to see it. Pidgey Quick Attack could help him. next fight has a Pidgey with quick attack, would actually help him a lot. So there's the Pidgey. That's unlucky. Oh, what is this? This is a gem or miss.
I was gonna say, I mean, I guess that kind of worked out for him.
Yeah, it's not too bad because he is back in red bar. But that was scary. He
Definitely
needed
one of the more
4-turn.
fortunate Gen 1 misses you could get.
Yeah. On the condition that he gets a 4-turn though. And he got a 4-turn, so that's good. Still quite close, but Poi made a big pull through there. Pulled ahead by quite a bit. This Growlithe is a range. Got it, okay, with the crit. And yeah, we see Poi doing his shopping. This is the last big shopping trip. This place is all you need. You just grab everything you need and then, yeah, just in one trip.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and pick up Rock Slide there. Since you kind of have to come in here to get the fresh water anyway to progress through the game, it's pretty convenient to be able to do basically all the shopping you need for the rest of the run at the same time.
Poi already done with his shopping, whereas Ellen just started. I'll keep an eye on the time where Poi leaves this building, so it's 1 hour 30. We'll see when Ellen leaves the building to see the gap. Also, Ellen could have been blocked by the girl there if she stepped off. Well, yeah.
I always think of the shopping trip as kind of like the mental halfway point of the run.
Yeah, it kinda is, yeah. And now that Poi grabbed Fly, he needs to use some items. And to make everything very fast and efficient, on the way down to those items, he swaps around the items that you use a lot in battle, for example. Like the X items. And that makes it more efficient in using them. Or faster in using them.
Yeah, just kind of micromanaging the overall menuing of the entire run.
Yep.
By putting items in better places in your menu.
Okay, so that Fly Split actually did a lot. Because I took an eye on the gap and it's 50 seconds now. Exactly 50 seconds. No, wait, I'm wrong. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. So that's a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, you could see cutting down the bush to get into Surge's gym, they were basically tied.
Yeah. Gasly is coming up too. That could also ruin maybe something. Because, yeah, you have to kill those Gaslies with Rock Slide. It's the only thing that one-shots those guys.
Yeah, 90% accurate.
Yeah,
so
there's
not
ideal.
There's a chance to die.
Yep.
Poi notably not in red bar anymore, leveled up out of it.
And this is probably like the worst HP you can have. You're not in red bar and you are in range to die to Night Fae.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but the red bar did give him a pretty good lead to this point, so I don't think he'll complain too much about losing it now.
So yeah, we have to keep an eye on those ghastlies here. And Alan starting rifle fight.
And he's gonna go ahead and heal out of this HP.
Okay. Not a bad play.
Yeah, not bad.
He didn't
Probably
have red
could
bar
have
anyway.
risked that, but just wanted to be a little safe.
Yeah. He knows how far he is ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, doesn't miss a rock slide, so that's good. Alan just wants to not get crit by Ivysaur. That could actually be disastrous. Let's see. Lead seat is perfect.
So yeah, Poi leveling up out of red bar wasn't a big deal because this heal pad here is going to fully heal him anyway, so he would have lost red bar there regardless.
Yeah.
So he only missed out on having it for one fight.
So Alan is definitely going to do this fight on low health. And he knows he's behind, so he's not saving either. So it's really important that he hits those rock slides. Really, really important. I hope I didn't jinx that. Okay, there's one. And there's two.
He gets them both, yeah. So the chances of dying there aren't super high, but definitely reasonably can happen. So a little scary in that situation. But he makes it through just fine.
Yeah, and Poi hit every rock slide, so would actually be crazy if both runners hit every rock slide. But yeah, only two more to go. And there's the ghost.
Spooky.
So yeah, you can get past the ghost at Pokédoll. That makes us able to just skip the Sylph Scope section, game corner section. That's quite convenient and fast. Only one more rock slide to go. If that one hits, then we can say that every single rock slide had hit.
Wish we could say the same for Mega Punch, right?
Yeah, that would have been brilliant.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is the only spot you use Rock Slide in the run. You kind of go out of your way to buy that lemonade to get the TM for it, just to use it 4 times.
Yep. There is the option to skip Rock Slide and just use double Thunderbolt. It's something more considerable in yellow, because you don't play for red bar too often in yellow anyway. But in red it's so different, because you are always playing for these low health sections, and yeah, it's just impossible to do that with a move that doesn't one-shot, so.
So yeah, Alan gonna be like a fight and a half, 2 fights behind coming in here.
Yeah, definitely not too bad yet. Still about the same gap. I think he should have made up some time by keeping the red bar for a little longer, but still.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Maybe like 1 minute lead instead of 120 now, but Might be not a good estimation. Because I didn't really pay attention to the execution.
Nothing Lance can't take care of.
Exactly. A lot is left. About 1 minute and 10 seconds. Alright. So yeah, the strat that we see Alan use on this fight is something we will see a lot. They will use an X-accuracy in this game that makes your accuracy 100% for everything, and then can just freely drill whatever you like.
Yeah, otherwise Horn Drill is, I think, 30% accurate.
Yep.
But it's a guaranteed one-hit KO if it hits, so X accuracy to make that 100% and one-hit KO, that's pretty busted.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest reason why Nidoking is so good.
Yeah. The only requirement left is that you need to be faster than the Pokemon you use it on. But yeah, Nidoking is pretty fast by himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the only exception, or like one of the few exceptions, is the Alakazam from Rival, Sabrina, etc. Those Pokemon are usually faster. Wait, no, that's actually not true. Sabrina's Alakazam is not. But for example, Rival's Alakazam. And for that we can just use next speed. Sometimes I'm still confused with yellow. Like thinking that Alakazam is faster.
It can be hard to keep them straight because they're so similar, but as far as the speedrun goes, there's some pretty key differences that if you're in red mode trying to play yellow or vice versa, it can mess with you pretty hard.
Yeah.
Just different enough.
Just different enough to make quite a difference. Okay, let's see if this command works. Standings. So the gap is?
Yeah, about 1:15 still.
Yeah. Okay. Poy does not want to see glare here. It's the only really bad move from this Arbok.
Oh.
Okay. It missed.
Yeah, that's good. That's lucky. Not the worst thing in the world to get glared, but a little annoying.
Another thing the runners will pay attention to during this section is their health, because on Koga we use a strat where we die on purpose to Weezing. And in order to do that you need to be 79 HP or lower for the Weezing, so they will try to grab some damage here and there where they can. Yeah, last resort would be to getting it from the juggler, but preferably before.
There's a few fights where you can conveniently take damage just by setting up X items on the appropriate turn. So kind of just change your order of things slightly depending on your health and on the situation you're in.
Leer for Alan is really good. This is a guaranteed 2-shot now.
So Poy on 96 health. Gonna look to take one more decent hit from something in the next few fights. You know, the Venusaur sprite just looks like he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, there are some beautiful sprites in Pokemon Red.
I'm a big fan of Blastoise, personally.
I'm a big fan of Golbat.
Golbat's wild.
Yeah.
I try to forget the Golbat sprite. It gives me nightmares.
So yeah, exactly one rival fight between the runners now. Also not quite enough damage for Alan yet. Oh, and Poi gets one club.
Is that gonna put him in good enough health?
Well, this will.
Second Bone Club certainly will. So yeah, he's in a good spot there.
Yeah, that's sick. That's actually sick. It's really nice for him.
That's pretty much right around where you want to be, ideally.
Yeah, the 75 would not have been enough yet. Because of all the level ups, he would have been around 80 something.
Right.
But this is perfect.
So yeah, Alan will be a similar health going into that fight that Poi was, so perhaps we'll get similar outcome to be at just slightly higher health than he is.
Yeah, Bone Club is 1 in 4, so it would be pretty brutal if we would see that again. Okay. So Alan decided to restore his PP before the fight. You could do it in the fight so that you will have another chance to get the Bone Club from Cuba. But decides to skip it. It's respectable. Alan will go for an interesting strat on Juggler. So I guess he just puts his money on that.
He could also get damage from Giovanni, right?
Yeah, but not enough. Like the only thing he can get, like the best thing he could get is Horn Attack Crit.
Okay, that wouldn't be quite enough.
And that won't be enough. Huh? Or maybe it will, but probably not.
Yeah, because he still needs to be lowering his health by quite a bit at this point.
Yeah.
About 40 damage would be good. And yeah, Horn Attack isn't going to do quite that much.
Yeah, so what Alan will do is he's gonna X Accuracy on the Juggler, and then use that as a way to stall on Drowsy, hoping to get the right amount of damage on Drowsy and then Horn Drill the Hypno.
If you don't wind up dying to Wheezing, to Koga's Wheezing, it could actually hurt you quite a bit.
Yeah. It's a difference of over 2 minutes.
Yeah, because if you do it right and you die, you're setting up Red Bar up all the way up until the Elite Four. And if you don't, depending on how bad it is, it could lose you a ton of time.
Let's see how Poi is gonna deal with his Snorlax. Just runs away.
He's scared. He didn't want no smoke.
Doesn't dare to battle him. So yeah, they pick up 2 hidden items on this cycling route. The Rare Candy and the PP Up. Both pretty huge items. PP Up will be used for Horn Drill. Having 6 instead of 5 is very useful, especially before the section of Viridian Rifle to Lorelei. Because you need exactly 6 for that.
I can like never get over how disgustingly overpowered Nidoking's moveset is.
Yeah. He has a very big coverage. He has strong attack. He's a stab earthquake move, which is really strong, and he has on top of that horn drill. It's just crazy to me. The main thing that's crazy to me is how they can use like moves like Thunderbolt and Blizzard,
But he can't learn Dig.
and he can't learn Dig, even though he's a ground type. Fix that in later generations though.
Yep.
But Gen 1 is special.
Gen 1 certainly is special. That is one way to put it. Just on a casual stroll through the Safari Zone.
Yeah, as a kid, I had no idea what to do here. But yeah, they go through it quite fast.
Ooh, the revive.
And there's a revive pickup. You love to see it. Both runners will go for that. Kinda proud how Legend and I influenced people to do that.
It's a good
something
strat.
that, yeah, it's something that Legend did for quite a while already. Always thought it was a pretty big meme, but once we looked at it, found actually a way to make it possible without almost any time loss. So yeah, it's good to have it in the back pocket. Oh, okay, so Alan taking every time save that he can, skips the full restore there. Usually you pick that one up in races to have an extra one. But doesn't go for it. Realizes he's behind and he needs every time save possible.
Yeah, trying not to rely on just Poi getting bad luck. Take matters into his own hands, shave those seconds off wherever possible.
And Alan with the revive pickup from the right, the better option. Because you can buffer that.
Seeing those earthquakes come into immediate use in Koga's gym. Now, there is a small chance that Poi could die here at this health, isn't there?
Yep, he can get confusion crit. That's the only way he could die, or outside from, of course, general misses. But confusion crit could definitely kill him here.
Yeah, this earthquake cannot kill the Hypno unless you crit.
Yep.
So it has one shot at you. It's the headbutt. That'll do.
Yeah, it's completely fine.
So yeah, since he's just below that, 79 health range that we talked about earlier, he will die easily to the wheezing self-destruct, and that is all you need to worry about in this fight. Nothing else can really go wrong.
Yep. What could stall you a little bit is... So the reason why Koga always goes for self-destruct is because Koga has so-called smart AI. And because Nidoking is poison type, he will not go for any of his poison type moves. So he'll go always for self-destruct. But the only thing that can stall you out a little bit is that he can also go for X attack. So sometimes he just uses X attack once or twice. Which is of course slower. But let's see.
You just have to stall by using items of yourself.
Yeah. I've seen people accidentally horn drilling the wheezing.
Take advantage of that turn to elixir, since you need to elixir at the end of the run.
Oh, I just talked about it. I just talked about people accidentally using Horn Drill. That could have been a disaster right there.
Yeah, thankfully, that one did not connect, but that could have been very bad. That could have easily destroyed his entire lead.
Yeah, it could have basically been ripped for him, because if you don't get red bar there, it's really bad. But the Horn Drill misses in favor of him. I'm so sorry for your ears. Actually, not so sorry, actually.
They need to know the gravity of the situation. And yeah, just rare candy from death to put you in low health. The level ups increase your HP, so he's now set up to have red bar for a very large portion of the rest of the run. Pretty safe red bar too. There's only really one fight that is risky.
Yeah, it's well, 2 fights. But the riskiest one is black belt for sure in Koga's gym. In Gio's gym. Because that one can use Karate Chop, which has a high chance to crit.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket, is a gym leader?
Did I spoil it? Yeah. But the other risky fight is well, not that risky. But you could say that Bruno is a little bit risky, because Bruno can slam crit you and then you're also dead. But that's only around 3% to happen. Let's take a look at the standings. It's still 1 minute and a bit.
If you're in a lead at that point of being at Bruno, then you can just heal as well to avoid that risk entirely.
Well, damn, I still can't believe that Poy actually went for the Horn Drill there. That was so scary.
I'm sure his heart skipped a beat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up that Blizzard. TM.
So yeah, using this menu to teach all of that. Because you need to repel anyway. So let's take a look at the chances for Alan. So both get the red bar till at least Bruno. So right now it's quite execution heavy, because the variance is not as big as in the early game. But yeah, I guess Alan just has to hope for a death for Poy, right, at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, this whole stretch of the run is pretty consistent. Outside of that, those 2 fights we talked about, potential to die on either of them. But yeah, this whole section of the run is pretty consistent, pretty execution based.
Yeah. So the fights you want to look at are Black Belt, Bruno, maybe Agatha can help a bit, and then Lance and Champ has their own ways of killing you.
Yeah, Black Belt and Lance, I guess, would be the 2 biggest potential death points.
Yeah.
That would allow Alan to catch up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you kind of just conveniently have a way to one-shot everything for this whole stretch of the run, and you're faster than everything, so just really no risk associated with this red bar. Or very little risk.
A small thing could be the Tangela here. You have to Blizzard that one. If you miss it, the worst thing you could get is 5-turn bind. because that kills you. So then you would have to heal. But that's so unlikely to happen.
Yeah, I actually don't think I've ever had that happen to me personally.
Let's see. Just hits the Blizzard, so that's fine.
Because Blizzard's another 90% accurate move, but most of the time you're using it, either if you would miss it, it's not a risk to die anyway, or it's a fight where you've used an X accuracy, so it's 100% accurate.
Actually quite busted that Blizzard is 90% in this game as well. I don't even know why. Like most of these overpowered moves, like Hydro Pump, Fire Blast, they're 80, I believe. And Blizzard suddenly is 90, so that's the reason we use it. Because on average it's faster and even a little bit safer than Ice Beam.
Quiz time. I hope everybody's been taking notes.
See how much you know about the world of Pokemon.
You can, it's gonna look like they are saying yes to all of these questions, even though we know there are most definitely not 9 certified Pokemon badges. You can just mash B and it'll select no.
Yep.
On these menus.
Alan also hitting the Blizzard, so that's nice.
So yeah, if you were to get these questions wrong, it would force you to fight the trainer in the room, which would obviously be very slow. Well, I'm gonna join him in Cinnabar.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much it will just take a death from here for Alan to catch up, but definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
And they look closer than they actually are. Like,
yeah,
they look so close to each other, but this text takes up a lot of time. So, yeah, it's about 1.5 minutes now. Super Potion.
Classic.
Yeah, so that's really nice to get. So why this fight is so safe is because Blaine also has smart AI. And that means that he will go for a super effective move if he has it. And he has the move Agility, which is Psychic type. So he thinks that he's using a super effective move on you by using Agility. So he will spam that. Or the other option is using a Super Potion at turn 1 even though he has full health. So I have no idea why the game is programmed like this, but yeah, this fight is super safe. Pretty smart that Poi went for Earthquake anyway. You could go for Horn Drill there, but he wasted 1 Horn Drill on the Weezing. Luckily he remembered that. If he would Horn Drill there, would not have enough for later. So let's see.
And one of the beautiful things about having the perfect stat manipped Nidoking is, I think you mentioned earlier, you do wind up being faster than Sabrina's Alakazam.
Yep.
Every single time, which, you know, pre-manip this was a pretty scary fight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can kill everything with Earthquakes. There's like very little risk to it. The only scary thing that happens once in a while is that you general miss. But,
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of like the overarching thing that can happen on almost any fight. Now, if you do use the X accuracy, any fight where you use one, it actually completely eliminates the chance of a Gen 1 miss as well. So those fights are even safer than, you know, any other one.
Yeah, that's really great. Let's have a look at standings.
Step on the warp pad before digging out of the gym. It gives you the warp pad animation and when you dig instead of the normal dig one. It's a little faster.
Oh, Alan. Alan went to Silphco.
Oh, just a little mental flub there.
Yeah.
Forgetting which part of the run he's at.
Probably some stress taking over. Question in chat from Quay. Has anyone died yet? Yes, Alan has died to Brock with Bad Special, and Poy has died to Rockets in Moon. So
Really
each...
unfortunately, too.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so the fight we talked about, that is actually very risky, is this Black Belt fight.
Yep.
Oh god! Wait, he didn't save.
He did not save. Questionable decision.
Definitely.
Because if he were to die here, if he would have saved, he still would have maintained his lead for sure.
Low kick, don't crit.
Okay, well he got lucky. So low kick is a move that has a pretty high chance to crit, and if it crits, it's guaranteed to kill.
Yeah.
From this HP that you're normally at coming in here. So yeah, he got lucky, and that's actually nice because it means he definitely won't level up at a red bar.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking, but I guess we would have to ask him later, is that he might just have used the revive that he has if he died.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about the revive.
That's still slower though. It's still slower to yeah, it's still slower to revive when you are not in red bar anymore than to just save and reset. But
oh, true, yeah, because it would put you at half health.
Yeah, but it worked out.
So yeah, now Alan really needs to make it through this fight without a death. I would say to have a chance to stay in this.
Yep.
Not this fight here, but the one coming up after, obviously, the same one that boy just did. So yeah, Poy's pretty safe until, like we said, Bruno. He's definitely safe.
Yep. Now it's just hoping that Alan does not die here. He doesn't save either. That's definitely more understandable because he's behind.
Make up time wherever you can, for sure.
Yeah. Just really hope he doesn't die. That would definitely kill the fun.
Yeah. So the low kick, as usual, and also does not get the crit, so good. He'll make it through just fine as well. And cool. Yeah, like even if he saved, like a death there would have set him back pretty far. So yeah. Not really worth saving.
Yeah, in a 1v1 when you're already more than a minute behind, that's definitely the right thing to do.
So yeah, Alan really ever since Xing or Rock Tunnel or so has maintained a similar pace. Just that's kind of where he lost most of his time to create this deficit.
That's a good question from SL Wheat. Alan could make some extremely risky plays to try and get back. You could, for example, use a threat on Lorelei, where you don't go for the safe option, but take a 50-50 to die. But that's faster.
The thing about that is, I don't know if it would save him enough time anyways, even
Yeah.
still without a death from Poi, so...
Yeah, the thing is though that with that and a death from Poi, he has a chance to win, but without and a death for Poi, he still doesn't win. He needs like 2 deaths from Poi. And then I'm wondering...
Unless it's like a really unlucky death to champion, I think.
Yeah. So then I'm wondering, is it more likely that Poi dies twice, or that he survives the Lorelei? So yeah, it's a hard decision for sure. Really wondering what he's gonna do. It's definitely not in his comfort zone to go for this YOLO plays like this. So I don't really expect him to do that, but it would still be really hype if he does.
And hey, it is not all based on luck. There could be some separation just between Victory Road movement as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Can definitely be a tricky little section to navigate.
Yeah, the menus and movement in this section are quite execution heavy. Whereas the fights here don't have that much RNG at all. The only thing here is that the Pidgeot is arranged to die. And we saw for Poi that it did not. Let's see if it does for Alan. Would be quite good. And there is it. Okay. So that's quite convenient. Gets the one shot on Pidgeot.
I always enjoyed how Victory Road just has like a normal door at the outside entrance, and then you're in a cave. Looks like you're entering a house.
Yeah.
Boy, going for these swag boulders. Gets one there.
Nice.
You love to
It's
see
always
that.
impressive. Yeah. So if you turn up or down right after you hit the boulder, you can swag a little bit.
Sacrificing a couple frames to look cool.
Good execution here from Poi. Has not made a mistake yet, I believe. Ooh, there's the first mistake. That might cost him... Might actually cost him the repel extension.
And he's just going for these swag boulders with reckless abandon.
That is...
That's 4. Or that's 5 total. 6.
Wow, he's pretty good at it.
7. He's going for the record.
Yeah, the record right now is 23.
Oh my god.
So, I think that's already over.
I think he has 9.
Okay.
Just still quite a few.
Yeah. Some top level memes in chat. High level Onyx is only in yellow. So yeah, both made it to Victory Road, but definitely a big gap still. Alan needs to find his way back in the Elite Four, and that's definitely not gonna be easy. but definitely not impossible either.
Alright, well if I counted correctly, then Poi got 15 swag boulders. Pretty respectable.
Yeah, that's really good.
Except he's running into statues.
Oh. Okay.
Not depositing Pokemon?
Wait, that's an interesting strat. Wait, let me think. Okay, so, oh, that's really interesting actually. So, because he has the revive, he tries to take advantage of it by keeping his slaves. I'm wondering how much it's faster to deposit, because it's definitely faster to deposit your Pokemon.
I think it's only pretty marginally faster, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
So that
Like-
yeah, that's maybe a good play, just to have the chance to use the revive.
Yeah.
Could pretty much cement him the win if he plays it properly, I think.
Yeah.
Unless he gets
So-
really unlucky, because he could die to both. Die on Lance, use the revive, and then die on Champ, or just die on Lance again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's... Hi, I've never seen this before. So what you usually do is you deposit your Pokemon, and that way you don't have them in the Hall of Fame, and that's faster. But because Boyd has the revive, he takes his slaves with him in case he dies.
Yeah, just if you don't have a second Pokemon in your party, either you don't have a chance to use that revive mid battle, so it would be kind of useless at that point.
Yep. Okay. Boy didn't save, so there's a 3% chance that he actually just straight up loses the entire race. Oh no! No, just kidding. He has the slaves, so...
The revive. It's
the
all about
revive.
the revive. And
But he doesn't die.
Yeah, no chance to die there.
Okay, so interesting to see here. Is Alan gonna deposit his Pidgey? He's not.
He is.
Yes! Oh, okay, okay. Coin flip, ladies and gentlemen. Coin flip for Alan here to live. Because what he will do is he exacts on Lorelei, and then Lorelei is 50-50 to use Aurora Beam or Rest. Rest is live, Aurora Beam is die.
This race could end right now.
Yep. Please. No, there it is, and that's GG.
unfortunate. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. That was just a risk he pretty much had to take to try to make up some time.
He had
Give
to do
himself a
it.
chance. Yeah, he pretty much had to do it.
Yeah.
That was a no-brainer risk at this point. So yeah, it's just up to Poi to finish the run now.
Yeah, Poi immediately with the save. He knows he already won, so there's no point in
Yeah, he can
saving
take his
extra
time here.
seconds. Yeah. Spoilers. The chat spoiled Quay of the outcome.
Twitch mobile users, am I right?
Let's see if we can get Alan in here early. I'm gonna try to link him. So meanwhile, Poi finishing up Agatha.
Yeah, even with it's a bit of an anticlimactic ending, I guess, but again, Alan had to do that to compete here, and it was otherwise a pretty close race for most of it. Alan fell behind because of Brock, and then almost immediately caught up, and from there they pretty much maintained the same pace, other than Poi having red bar for that rock tunnel segment, that whole fly split.
I'm gonna pull Alan in and see what he has to say.
Sure.
Hello, Alan.
Hey.
I'm sorry about that, but yeah, you fought pretty well. How do you feel
Yeah.
after this race?
Oh, Yeah, definitely not my best race, but the early game was just terrible, and I tried to come back. I was in front for like I think a minute at third split, and I don't know. He had like the most insane fly split I've ever seen.
Yeah, he had full red bar indeed. So that pulled him ahead, and after that it was pretty hard for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were cutting down the bush to get into Surge's gym basically at the same exact time, and it was just pretty much that red bar that he had was most of the difference from that point onward.
Yeah, that was perfect Surge as well. One shot the Voltorb into Critty Raichu for him. So that's something.
Can't really complain. I had some luck too getting that far in the tournament, and that's part of the deal.
You had a scary Misty fight.
Oh yeah. It just that probably wasn't the correct decision to just YOLO it, but
it got you the lead at that point.
It worked out.
Did work out, yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting to watch. I guess you must have been frustrated about bad special into the Brock death. That's really unfortunate.
Yep. Bad special. Then I had 7 or 8 encounters on Route 1. Yeah, just wasn't meant to be today, I guess. Gen 1 missed twice. One of them was actually good for.
Yeah, the Pidgey red bar, yeah.
I'm just glad I got this far in the tournament, and I don't know.
Yeah, you did well, you got far, so no shame.
I don't know if you saw, but Poi accidentally horn drilled on Koga's Weezing and missed, so he almost he almost ruined his run there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, okay, meanwhile, Lens is beaten. Only one fight left for Poi here. Only one fight left. The only way for him to die here would be Sky Attack Critical, which is 4% in total to happen. So, not too likely. Because he didn't take any damage on Lens.
Yeah, kind of the common theme, I guess, on all these Elite Four fights. As long as you make it past the setup turns, then you're completely safe.
And there's Sky Attack! Let's see. It hits. Okay, but didn't crit. So yeah, he's fine.
Completely safe from here on out. Right. Just has to mash the A button.
Mash the A button, drill the pokes, and that is it. So yeah, interesting race. Thank you, Alan. Was really interesting.
Yeah.
But it ends for you right here.
Yep. Well, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some.
Exactly. Some good experience throughout the tourney.
Definitely.
So what will be the time here? It will be a 1:53. Very good race time.
Yeah, I'd say that's about the best you could generally expect the game to let you get. Anything better than a 153 is pretty good. Kind of have to get a little lucky for.
With that Rocket Death, yeah. It's
yeah.
Definitely optimal result here. Now it's just mashing until the last, or the first white frame after the Hall of Fame.
I want to see a race that comes down to post-champion mashing.
Oh, we have had it before, actually, a few times. Hammer and I tied once in a race, and Juanli and I were once 1 second apart. That was crazy. Other than that, I've not seen it too often, actually. Oh, there's one thing though. We will see all his slaves in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's right. He's got the full squad getting
Yeah. He took all of them. he took all of his slaves with him, which is actually interesting because that would allow him to use the revive if he needs to. So I guess that's why he did it. But yeah.
So yeah, looking like a 1:53:33. Pretty good time.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Very nice. GG to Poi. Let's see if we can get him in here later. I assume though that he's first going to the French commentators. So it might be that we have to wait a little bit for him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It would have been like so wild if he accidentally hit that horn drill. That would have completely changed.
Yeah, that would have changed everything for
the
sure.
complexion of that entire race. I like half saw it happen out of the corner of my eye. I think I was looking at Alan's gameplay at the time, and I was like, "Wait, did he really just do that?"
Yeah. We talked about it before too. I was like, okay, so some runners have accidentally horn drilled this guy after an axe attack, and then he went for it. But yeah, Poi will move on to the next round of this losers bracket where he faces Soma in the semifinals of the losers bracket.
Yeah, and that'll be, yeah, like you said, the semifinals of losers. That's top 3, I guess, essentially.
Top 4. Yeah, top 4. If he loses that one, he's
sure.
4th. Yeah. So yeah, right now we're just waiting to see if Poi will come in for a comment or two. I'm not sure yet if he will. Okay, Poi said that he will come in, but he still needs to take his time over at the French guys, which is of course the main source for this tournament. So this is a French tournament, and we started to get some slots on the main Speed Game channel recently, because there are also international runners in this tournament other than French runners. And there was appeal for the main channel as well, or the English channels, so that's nice.
Yep. I think we just like seeing the good Pokemon Red action, no matter what language.
Yeah, it's always a thrill.
It's a wild game in a no reset format.
Yeah.
Some interesting stuff, to say the least.
Yeah, that's definitely it, because normally in runs, it's just like, okay, you get unlucky, you die, let's try again, let's start over. But in races, you just have to deal with it and find your way through anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing that you can't just play like you normally would in a PB attempt. You definitely have to take a pretty different approach to the run overall. It's the same route, but just a lot of little variations you need to make sure that you are able to complete the run, no matter what. Until you find yourself in a situation like Alan did, where you kind of had to just go for broke to have a chance at the end.
Yeah, that was a respectable decision from
I mean,
Alan.
there was no real other option besides him like dying.
Dying
And then,
twice,
like,
probably.
Yeah, yeah, like,
Yeah, we were already talking about it. I was hoping you would go for it, and luckily you did. But unluckily, you died. So
yeah, I was ready. I already had every scenario planned. I was not gonna heal for Agatha, stuff like that. I don't know.
yeah. So if you got through your Lorelei and he would have died, I think then that would have been enough to catch up. So
It would have been extremely close.
yeah, it would have been close still.
Then we really would have been sweating at that sky attack. So we're a Pokemon crowd, right? How do we feel about Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't really know what to expect. I have not watched it yet. I think I'll give it a try if I can find someone to go with. But yeah, I don't really know yet.
Is it out yet?
Yeah, it was like today, basically.
Oh,
It was
okay, yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'll probably go see it maybe with my nephew. They're like the exact right age, probably. They're already hyped for Pokemon anyway.
There you go. Yeah, Raya, I'll go with you. We can meet up.
Yeah. Can you fly into the Netherlands or?
Just meet halfway in the middle.
Right in the Atlantic Ocean. That'll do.
Underwater cinema.
Private screening on a submarine.
Yeah.
So what match is up next? Is it Soma vs. Poi?
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Soma versus Poy, and Rebek just asked you if you could go to the French
Oh,
one, so I wanna thank you. And
Alright. Thanks for commentating, guys.
yeah, thank you for racing.
Yep,
Yeah.
GG.
See ya!
So yeah, we'll get Poi over here shortly
Yeah. Very shortly.
to give his victory speech in English.
And there he is. I'll pull him in. Hello, Poy. Congrats on
Hello,
your
guys.
That was great.
Thanks. The late
How
game was much better than the early game.
How do you feel about the race overall?
To be honest, I was very frustrated in the early game. Like I had my Pokeball in slot 2, so I did not Yellowball the extended PG after the middle round. So it started there, and then when I died to the rocket in my mountain, like it's the first time ever I died to Leech Life Critical. Otherwise, the fight was over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really unfortunate. And then using instant text on Nugget Bridge and having to heal several times. I mean, I was seeing Alan coming back more and more, and I was kind of sweating at the moment.
Yeah, I can understand that. That rocket that was very brutal.
Yeah,
It was also a slow death, so that made it even worse, I guess.
exactly. The fight took a lot of turns, like setting up, being confused, getting out of confusion, and yeah, very, very slow.
Yeah, I think the early game
yeah.
was pretty rough for both of you, just in very different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And if you just watch my previous tournament runs, it's every time the same. Like against Araya, I was ahead by a bunch, and then I got like in-game times and bad rocket fight. And every match is pretty much like that. Like decent start, I would say. And the Mount Moon negative section is always where I start feeling tense.
The game just likes to tease you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, Red is definitely a roller coaster. And then Alan took over at Misty. He got actually confused on that fight because he got X defend, and then he YOLO'd through and hit through.
Mhm.
And took over because you had to wait. What happened to you and Misty again? Oh, you had to.
what
Yeah,
happened?
you got speedfall
No
and you had to
IT,
heal.
no IT on Route 25 mostly.
Yeah, and then you had to get IT back after Misty as well.
Yeah, true, because my health was questionable for from a race standard.
Yeah. So after that, it was a minute lead for Alan, but you had a good red bar setup, and then you went almost tied into Surge, and then after Surge, you took over by a pretty large margin.
Yeah, I think he struggled to get red bar back.
Yeah, he went for the second slowpoke eventually. No, for the first slowpoke in Rock Tunnel, but that was barely enough because he leveled out right at level 30.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
So yeah, maybe a miscalculation there on how much damage he needed, but yeah, that made a difference at that point. And
How much HP did he had after Surge?
34. 34, yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
And then he got tackle from I got tackle from Venonet, so he got 30, then leveled to 33 after Cubone, and then the Slowpoke brought him into 18.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about your Koga fight?
You mean that the way like you would go for ultimate time save? You mean? Yeah. Okay. So basically, I don't know why, but I just don't like using Thunderbolt because not in this in this session, but when I was grinding a few months earlier. I kept on paralyzing him, and he was like fully paralyzed most of the time, or going for X attacks and stuff. So I know I should be like just thunderbolting it, but I just tried to bubble beam, and I missed an input, and I went for a horn drill, which is not a problem because like for this section you have 2 extra earthquake PPs and 1 extra horn drill PP afterwards, so you can always recover and. Just as you saw on Blaine, he used a super potion, but I went for Earthquake to keep all my like the 5 needed 100 PP. But yeah, it went well. So
yeah, I mean it worked out. You were at least heads up to know not to use that extra one on Blaine. So I mean it worked out.
Yeah, that worked out. Yeah.
I have another question. This is one for my own interest as well. Because I was actually very interested in the in taking all these flyers into all these slaves into E4. So I want to know, do you know how much time difference it is to depositing versus taking them with you?
I think the difference is around 7 or 8 seconds. It depends on your flyer, of course.
Okay, well, so that's interesting. I believe you did it because so you could use a revive in case, right?
Exactly, yes. That's something I just started to think about around Giovanni or Lorelai because around Giovanni Smith because I was like keep thinking of all the fights that could that could go wrong and how I could like potentially use my revive. And when I survived black belt, I was like, wait, if I go into E4 and I deposit stuff and I have my revive, I'm not able to use it. So the spots I was mainly thinking about are the spots where I had extra X items, so especially Agatha and Lance, because I had my extra X special I could set up just in case something went horribly wrong. The only problem with that is that I did not have an extra X speed in case I died to, for example, Sky Attack critical on champion.
So I guess the places where it would really have worked is definitely Bruno and Agatha, right?
Yeah, Bruno, Agatha, and in case you get Hydro Plum on Lance. Yeah, it's only bad that you can't really use that strategy on without buying like a X speed.
Well, that was an interesting strategy. I liked it. So yeah, thank you for the race and congrats on the win. You will now face Soma. How do you feel about the matchup?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be very cool because like Soma is a good runner. He has an incredible positive mindset, and also we can thank him for organizing this event.
Yeah,
so,
did a great job.
I hope it's going to be like more balanced in terms of RNG, especially because we pretty much have good execution. Well, both of them, and just hope that we can have more interesting times and not see people struggling to get good RNG, but just seeing people like showing off all what they could do in good situations. So
yeah, close race would be awesome, and it's also kind of the French final, sort of.
True.
It's the last two French standing. And yeah, that's gonna be cool. Yeah,
like the thing that started to come up to Soma's mind, it was around, I think, the round 2 or round 3. It was like, wait, so Araya entered the tournament with Delta Pitch and Alan and stuff. So you were thinking of the level that you have in this speedrun. And it was like, man, I just hope that this French tournament is not going to be without any French people in the final.
Yeah, and we went into this tournament like, okay, let's dominate the French.
Okay, so it's really going into a war, I see.
Yeah, well, at least it's stuff for a good storyline, and still some amazing races coming up. So I'm looking forward to see if I can face either you or Soma in the next round. As you said, you both are really good, so I'm really hyped to see who's gonna make it. And
yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
It would be kind of hype if we get a rematch as well, because I guess you're out for blood now.
Yeah, I want my revenge, man.
Yeah. Well, one more match to win, and then we'll have it.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Let's do that in order and face opponents one at a time.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having a word here and for the race.
Thank you for the commentary as well.
Yeah, no worries.
Yep. Good luck in next round.
Good luck. You, until next time.
See you.
Yeah, I guess that's also it for us. I guess we should... Oh, okay, I already got a message from Rewack that we should wrap it up. So, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks everybody for watching. And semi-finals of Losers Bracket will be very soon. So, hope to see you then again. See you later, everyone.